What's going on, party people? Welcome to today's episode of Tin Talks. If you're watching the replay or watching on another platform, welcome. Let's get into the convo. Just below me is going to be the time signature you can go to catch the meat of the conversation. Greetings, couple people coming in. Let me know who you are and where you are. We're going to start a discussion today. Yeah, guys, so I just want to say, sorry I wasn't on last week. I actually went to a dance performance and it was amazing. There's been a lot of, it was a classical Indian dance, Kathak performance. It was very, very cool. I know there's been a few performances going on at the moment of different styles around London. It's a good time to go see a show. And so last Tuesday, I went to go and see a show. So I've come back today with quite a light-hearted subject matter. But I think it's a very real conversation piece that for some people is like, dude, this is long. Today we're going to be talking about things that people say to dancers. And I wanted to touch on this, I kid you not, because I was at a class yesterday, or was that this morning? I was at a class and a child said to me, stop showing off. We're going to come to that, but yeah, that one is definitely on the list. Let me make sure I put a big highlight around that. Stop showing off. Yes, gang. So yeah, give me a sign. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I want to try and keep the music coming for atmosphere, but let me know if you can hear me in the comments, please. That would be great. Then we can start the conversation because I've got a couple of gems down here that I would like to share. Okay, so this is by no means an exhaustive list, and I'm sure that many people will have some more stuff that they can say about this. We're going to get straight into it. If today's episode isn't long, it's all good. I just have to get this stuff out. So I'm going to touch on the thing that I mentioned earlier. This kid said to me at class, stop showing off. Now, if I'm being honest, what I was doing isn't even what I call showing off. But he said it, and I said to him, if you practice as much as I do, you'll be better than me. And I tried to make him see some perspective. But yeah, he said, stop showing off. Now, that doesn't come out of thin air. Where does that come from? Why do people say that? They have to have heard that phrase somewhere before, or it has to have been a phrase they've either had used on them or used in the vicinity of them, and they felt the need to say it to you or to me or to whoever. And yeah, I find it particularly interesting because I don't have kids, right? But I can't imagine saying to one of my kids, stop showing off. Because whatever they're doing is self-expression. And I think self-expression should be encouraged. You know? I think admiration for people being able to show a part of their soul is a good thing, I believe. So, yeah. The first thing that people say to dancers, and not just dancers actually, is stop showing off. I think it's an interesting phrase. I think it may come from a place of some insecurity or, a position where you're like, man, I could never do that. So let me vomit my insecurities onto the other person. I don't know, it's just an idea. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. So we got, stop showing off, boom. Next, are you flexible? Now, even I get asked that. I don't think I'm very flexible. I don't think I look like a crazy flexible person. But I'm sure that more girls get this than dudes. They get asked, are you flexible? Now, depending on who's asking them this question and how they're asking them this question, I would imagine that, you can manage the question, or it might be a question you're not trying to be asked by this person in this context. But yeah, dancers get asked, Are you flexible? If you have a vision in your mind of like fame and stuff, people putting one leg high up in the air, all that stuff, then you notice I didn't have a point. Anyways, then you might think it's okay that all dancers, and especially all girls that dance, are flexible. They are not. But people will continue to ask, are you flexible? Next. This is going to be like a kind of, like a tree. We're going to kind of like start it somewhere and go somewhere else. So next is show me a dance move. I've got to pause my music for this. Show me a dance move. If you've ever been asked to show someone a dance move when you were just minding your own business, you were, I don't know, at a coffee shop or picking up your laundry and you got into conversation with somebody, or you're in the post office trying to send a letter to your aunt in Peru, and you get in conversation, someone says, show me a dance move. I don't know. It's just terrible, man. It's just terrible. Like, if I asked you what you did and you said you were an accountant, I wouldn't say to you then, do some quick mental arithmetic. Would I? You know what I mean? Can you imagine? Oh, do a couple sums. Let's see what you're made of. You know what I mean? Or start just calling out random numbers, seeing if you can add them together. Like, I don't know. But people do not mind saying, show me a dance move when you tell them you're a dancer or you train in dance or something like that. It is bananas. I know not why. We're going to kind of like expand on that a little bit. So you've got show me a dance move. Then you've got some specific dance moves that my boy Flexi Stew did mention. People will ask you, can you moonwalk? You get to decide how you answer that. People will say, oh, can you spin on your head? I get that all the time. Can you spin on your head? And they'll normally say, can you spin on your head? Not, can you do a head spin? You know, the public at large don't know the vocabulary. But yeah, can you, like, especially like grown men, love it. Spin on your head, mate, spin on your head. I can hear it right now. I'm from Woolwich, innit? So that voice is like ingrained in my brain. People will ask, can you spin on your head? Next. Next, can you do a flip? Thanks to TV, everyone thinks the dancers can flip, especially if they look like me. Oh yeah, do a flip, do a flip. I've been at class and had kids go, do a flip, do a flip. They think that by chanting, I'm gonna succumb to their demands or succumb to their like desires. I ain't doing a flip. I can do a couple flips, but anybody that has a couple flips, if you're not like properly into your tumbling, if you're not properly into your tricking and stuff, getting your like hype up to do a flip just because kids say so, I don't know. You got to pick it on your day, you know what I mean? On your day you get to decide if you want to do it. But honestly, them kids chanting, do a flip, everybody joined in and stuff. I looked at them, started laughing. Didn't do a flip though. But then I did do a flip in my own time when I decided it was time to do it. And then certain kids were like, I missed it. And then I said, well, don't miss it next time. But anyway, so yeah, do a flip. Oh, can you do a handstand? Another thing that people ask you if you can do. If you can do this stuff, you're well within, your artistic liberties to show what you can do. And it's nice. But you know what? I kind of personally got tired of being asked this stuff. So when I'm at a class, typically I am throwing down. I will jam when there's a break. I let the music hit me, and I show the artistry as part of my teaching experience so that the people that I'm teaching know what I can do. I have an idea of what my capability is, and I've kind of already scratched the itch of demonstration, kind of something like that. So yeah, showing a move, all of that good stuff. Then you got this one here. What's the best move you can do? If anybody else has been asked that, do let me know in the comments, because I'm keen to know. Yeah, what's the best move you can do? Now this might just be me, because typically adults don't ask me this, but when you're working with young children, they have like very clear images in their mind of things they want to know. And yeah, what's your best dance move? They want to sit, they stand back, and they want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can decide if you want to show them one of your moves, but that's not really much different from just showing me a move. You know what I mean? What I say to people is I'm responding to the music rather than just doing a move. So I tell them I've got tons of best dance moves, but it depends on the circumstance, stuff like that. And I have found that typically they're cool with that. The kids are cool with that. They're like, oh. And then I might give them a couple blow-ups later on, but always in the feel of the music and of what's taking place at that time, you know? Remember teaching a class once before, brand new class, I turned up and I said, okay, if you want to learn b-boying, stand over here. And if you want to learn party tricks, stand over there. Nobody moved, right? I showed them the difference. With my b-boy, and I was connected to the music. I gave them the top rock, this, that, the next thing, 2-2 freezes. I gave it to them, and then with the other thing, I did like maybe some skyscrapers or solar eclipse or whatever, some turtles, whatever. Then I just kind of like got up, and I showed the difference between the artistry of the b-boy form and just doing movements. And although there were big movements in both demos, I got the chance to get connected to the artistry, like. Give your soul something as well as your body something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, your best dance move comes out when you're connected to what you're doing. All right, next one. You tell someone you're a dancer. This one is mainly for the girls, I'd say. You tell someone you're a dancer. They say to you, what, like in the club? Like on the podium. Are you a pole dancer? Stuff like that. Like I have known poor girls who tell someone they're a dancer and the person immediately thinks they work at the strip club. Now this is fine. But where does that idea come from? Like where does that like direct link to you're a dancer, you must work in a strip club come from? I know not. I'm just relaying some experiences that I've had. If anybody has any ideas that they want to add to the list of things that people say to dancers, please add them because it keeps the conversation going. Because once I get through my list, I'll take a couple of questions and we're going to move on. Okay, so yeah, I'm a dancer, must be an exotic dancer. It's not very nice, right? Next one, and possibly one of the biggest ones. Have you ever danced with anyone famous? Or have you been on TV? Now, I quite like this question because it means the person's interested in your career. They're interested in the things that you've done. They actually already have some respect for you because, you know, they're asking like, have you done this? Have you done that? If they thought you had no level, I don't think they'd ask that. But, you know, yeah, they have some feeling for that, you know. I'm going to read Lindsay's comment in a moment. But yeah, people will ask, have you ever danced with anybody famous? You get to decide how you want to answer that because somebody might be super famous to you. They might not know who it is. Or you might have danced for a really big artist or a really big artist from X country or a really big artist from such and such place. Or you might have danced at a really big show or a festival that everybody knows in a certain part of the world. So you have to decide how you want to answer this one because, you know, someone asks if you ever danced with anybody famous. Famous is in the eye of the beholder, unless it's like Rihanna. Yeah. Going to the comments now, Lindsay says, I did a vertical dance module at uni and would ask if I was a pole dancer a lot. It was actually dancing using climbing techniques. Lindsay, that's... I can imagine being on the course of you like, Lindsay's just climbing techniques. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We all need that one friend to like just, you know, keep us in the channel sometime. But yeah, guys, those are some of the things that people say to dancers. There are tons more, and I'm looking forward to hearing from people about what they want to add to the conversation. I thought this was an interesting subject because most of us can relate. Most of us that call ourselves dancers can relate. You know, there's nothing more eggy than being at a family party and someone saying, hey, she dances or he dances, show us what you do. And you're like, bro, I just ate like 4 slices of turkey, like 2 pieces of stuff, and like, you know what I'm saying? It can be hard. Kelsey says, I always get asked, yeah, but what's your other real job? Wow. Yes. You know what, Kelsey? That's powerful. That's powerful. What's your other real job? Is something that people say to dancers. I mean, you know, we did the conversation a couple of weeks ago where we spoke about how to have a long career in dance and how to, many different things that you can do as a dance artist or in the dance industry and make your way. But, you know, it's not commonplace, so it's not common knowledge. And many people who aren't in the dance community or aren't in the dance industry still don't think the dance can be like a real profession. So, yeah, we've got to stick up for ourselves and show them these are the things that I have done, these are the things that I'm doing. I always get asked, yeah, what's your other real job? That's crazy, Kelsey. Yeah, I agree. That's not very nice. Yeah, Lindsay says, yeah, you can't make a living out of it. That's why we did a whole post on this the other day. We did a whole conversation on how to make a living in the dance industry. And I'll tell you what, guys, I then went back with that video. Hold on a sec. I went back with that video and I made a whole post on our website related to that, which I'm going to link below. Wherever you see this video, I'm going to link it. But like, check this out, just a quick one. Boom. How to have a lifelong dance career, 5 powerful tips. You can go and read the article. It's there, like, there's tons of stuff to look at and everything. But I see Spider-Man there and that. But yeah, like the video that we shot, the conversation that we had about how to work in the dance industry, there's me looking a little bit mad. Yeah, like it's all there. So, yes, I can properly sympathize with Kelsey and Lindsay and anybody else that's had that circumstance, because a lot of people still think that. Fortunately, my mum now gets that it's real. And even my pops, he's kind of there now, but it's taken years. Yes, gang. So that's today's subject. Things that people say to dancers. I'm not going to stay much longer unless there's things people want to go over. Please continue the conversation in the comments wherever you are. Have your say. Share this out and be part of the convo, because here on Tin Talks we discuss stuff for dancers, about dancers, with dancers. So yeah, don't be afraid. I'm signing off now. Much love to you all. Thank you to Lindsay. Thank you to Kelsey. Thank you to those that commented. Thank you for those that silently observed. Your energy was appreciated. All right? One love to you all. I'll see you next week on the next episode of Tin Talks.